hilarious comedy. It is directed by a first-time director. So, will you please welcome to the stage, Will Mortimer!
Well, hello guys. This is my hilarious comedy, Disorder in the Court. It's about a girl that gets falsely convicted of 3 murders she didn't do. The only evidence is that she has the same truck as the alleged murderer. We meet her defense lawyer, who is a complete, he's just really disoriented. He has no idea what he's doing, and he doesn't even have a law degree. And then we meet the prosecuting attorney, who's a super egotistical dude, and all he cares about is winning no matter what. We meet a whole ensemble of witnesses that try to prove our girl wrong. So watch as we see her defend herself in court. So without further ado, this is Disorder in the Court.
Okay, look, I know I'm not supposed to talk to you before the case starts, but I really need you to know, I'm not a murderer. This is all some sort of crazy mix-up. I was just traveling from New York to Miami, and I stopped in this little town, Berserkville. Big mistake. Turns out there's a murderer on the loose with the same car as me, so now I'm a prime suspect. I haven't even met my lawyer yet, and I'm so nervous. I don't even know if I'll win the case.
Tracy?
Casey.
Oh, right, Casey. I'm Mr.
Hi,
Foster.
good to meet you.
Sorry. Sometimes I get a little bit. Sorry.
You seem pretty disorganized.
Well, sometimes because I. Oh, sorry.
Okay. Look, all I care about is winning the case.
Oh yeah, I have full confidence in this case. You have a solid alibi. There's no chance you'll lose, just as long as there's not a Mr.
Who's Mr. Scammerton?
Oh no. Oh no. This is horrible. This is.
Why? Who is he?
He's the best prosecution attorney in the whole state. He's never lost a case.
Oh, is he really that good?
The best.
Well, I am innocent, so it shouldn't be that hard to prove it, right?
See, Mr. Scammerton doesn't really play by the rules. He's a little...
Who's ready to win a case today? I ate some Victory Oats for breakfast this morning with a tall glass of self-esteem, and I'm ready to fight! We are the champions! We are the champions!
Excuse me? Hello? You are?
Me? I'm a winner. I'm an unstoppable force. I am!
Mr. Scammerton!
In the flesh. And I'm guessing you're the defendant?
Yes, and I just need you to know, I'm completely innocent. This is all some sort
Psych! Excuse me. Look, I don't really care if you're innocent or guilty, but I will give you a few tips. Trust no one.
What? Not even my lawyer?
You really want to trust that?
Hey, I may not be wrong!
Look, I'm innocent. This is all some sort of mix-up.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't care if you're innocent or guilty. All I care about is winning. I've never lost a case, and I don't plan on starting that today.
You really sent an innocent person to jail, all for the sake of winning?
Yeah.
What? You're part of the justice system. You're supposed to stand for truth and liberty.
Yeah. Look, you might want to get ready because by the looks of your team here, you're going to need it.
All rise for the Honorable Judge Falter.
Thank you. You may now be seated. Court is now in session.
Case number 191465. The people of Berserkville versus Casey Lisson for the murder of Greta Feta, Bree Cottage, and Pepper Jackson is now in session.
Is the prosecution ready?
Born ready, Your Honor.
Is the defense ready?
I guess, Your Honor.
Prosecution, your opening statement.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, what I want you to do is to close your eyes with me and imagine. Now, picture a murderer, say 5'5", 5'6" on a good day, green flannel, blue jeans. Now, open your eyes. And doesn't that image look a lot like the woman sitting there?
He's clearly describing my appearance.
Overruled.
Now, I would like to be known as a fair lawyer, a just lawyer. I don't want to show bias towards things that divide us as people. Things like gender. You see, gender's used in the workforce to discriminate against people, but not by me. I want equality across the board. Anyway, I trust that you, the jury, would make the conclusion and provide the right verdict. You all seem like an intelligible bunch, very knowledgeable. In fact, you might say you're a bunch of smarties. Why don't you have some mercy of the prosecution?
Objection! Objection, Your Honor! He's literally bribing the jury with
Whoa,
candy.
whoa, whoa! Hold on a second. Can I have one? All right, then this is fine. Overruled.
I'm inspired by great leaders. Abraham Lincoln, Martin Luther King Jr., Dwayne, The Rock Johnson, all outstanding people who will be remembered throughout history, who have touched America. You know, I'd like to think that I also impact America, one court case at a time, by keeping sickos like her off the streets and behind bars. What? Does that make me a good person? A saint? The answer is yes! Yes, it does. But I still remain humble. Humble's my middle name, after all. Actually, it's Cedric, that's besides the point. Look, I am so humble that if we held the Humble Awards, I would totally win. It would be this big deal, but I'd blow it off because that's just the type of guy I am. Look, the point is, I am the good guy here. And they are the ones corrupting society. A vote for a guilty Casey is a vote for a safer world. Thank you. Be back.
Defense, your opening statement.
So the reason that my client Macy...
Casey!
Oh, right, Casey. That Casey Lissett is guilty is not guilty. She is not guilty. Can I start over? You got this, Gregory. You'll be a winner. You won't be a disappointment. Not this time. Casey Lissett is not guilty. It's as simple as that. She was nowhere near any of the scene of the crimes when they happened. But, I mean, if you think about it, she was in town for the most recent murder. And she technically could have driven back for the other two, so...
Oh, Mr. Flops, what are you doing? You're supposed to be helping me, not helping the prosecution.
Yeah, I don't need your help, but if you want to run your case into the ground, you can totally do that too.
Look, I'm no Mr. Scammerton, okay? I'm not as put together as Mr. Scammerton. I may not have talent or charm or a law degree.
What?
But I do have something. And that thing is, the thing that I have is, oh no, I know I wrote this down here somewhere. Oh, well, I do have something. I just can't find where I put it. But it is a real competitive edge. I'll tell you that. Thank
The prosecution like to come forward as first witness.
We would, Your Honor. The prosecution calls Casey Lissett to the stand.
What? Can he do that?
I'll allow it.
Come on, Casey, step right up.
No, I know my rights. I do not have to testify against myself.
Party pooper!
What did you call it?
I believe the prosecution called you a party pooper.
I'm not a party pooper. Just because I won't.
Look out, guys. We got a real Debbie Downer on our hands.
I'm not a Debbie Downer. Just because I won't
Then you wouldn't mind answering a few questions, correct? After all, if she's really as innocent as she says, it shouldn't be a problem, correct?
Fine.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Now, most murderers won't just fess up to their crimes.
I'm not a murderer.
But I am an expert. I've spent years in law school, and over those years, I've grown to know a thing or two. I'm a seasoned veteran. I know the ins and outs of this courtroom, and I've developed the skills, the sophisticated tactics it takes to get through to a criminal. Guilty person says what?
What? That's not fair.
That's all we need to hear, Your Honor.
Would the defense care to cross-examine?
I don't know if I can come up with anything after that.
Yes, you can. Just come question me.
But I don't have a paper for this.
Just ask me questions.
Okay. So, what's your favorite color?
Questions about the murder, Mr. Flops.
Right. So why'd you do it?
I did it! You're my lawyer. You should know that.
Right, sorry. Why didn't you do it?
Because I'm not from here. I don't know any of these people. I was just traveling through town, stopped, and got arrested. The only evidence you people have of me being the murderer is that I drive the same car as the murderer,
I want that
apparently.
stricken from the record.
What?
On what grounds?
Well, those are just really good points, and they don't help my case, so I want them stricken.
You can't do that.
Well, you've got to admire his honesty.
You don't have to strict them from
Hey, don't argue with me or I'll hold you in contempt of court. Continue, Mr. Flops.
So you had no motive to kill any of these people?
No, like I said, I'm not from here. I don't know any of these people. I have absolutely no reason that I want to kill. No reason to want to kill anyone. I have no reason to want to kill. I'm sorry, Mr. Skimmerton. Am I boring you?
Oh, don't you mind me. I'm just patiently waiting for my turn.
I have no reason to want to kill anyone who I wouldn't even know. You know, I think we're done here.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Would the prosecution like to redirect?
Oh, if they're done so soon, I guess I could. Miss Lissett, haven't you could have to should have, not could have, wouldn't have to shouldn't have, could not even, couldn't have been murderer?
I don't understand the question.
It's a simple yes or no question.
Okay, but I don't want to accidentally confess to being a murderer.
And you know who else is afraid of admitting to be a murderer?
Who?
A murderer.
Oh my God. I'm not a murderer.
Now, I am not known to exaggerate or blow things out of proportion. But this person has to be the most evil, despicable person ever to walk the face of the earth ever. And I am counting those who pour their cereal before their milk in the bowl.
What? Wait,
She's that bad.
no, I'm not a murderer.
So how am I to try to reason with someone so deranged?
I'm not deranged.
Someone who is so off balance.
I'm not off balance, I promise.
Someone who is just so mentally off-putting, and someone who doesn't know how to sit still instead of interrupting me all the time. Now, I do not have any further questions for Casey, but it is not because when I was at the park feeding the ducks, I fed them that part of my notes. But because Casey Lissett is so unstable and cannot answer anything truthfully, no further questions, Your Honor.
Would the defense like to redirect?
No, Your Honor.
Miss Lissett, you can step down from the stand.
Mr. Flops, why did you redirect? They could have heard more of my side of the story.
Well, I didn't have any questions written down either, but I didn't have as cool an excuse as Mr. Skimmerton.
Would the prosecution like to call up its next witness?
We would, Your Honor. The prosecution calls Penny Fadston to the stand.
Say your name to the court. Penny Patterson. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Please state your name for the court.
Penny Patterson.
And what is it you do?
I'm a blogger.
And what do you blog about?
I blog about blogging about other blogs.
And what is your relationship with the victim?
I knew Bree Cottage from blogging, and when 3 days had gone by and she hadn't posted. I knew something was up.
So, what did you do?
I went to her favorite places looking for her. The Riverwalk, because of its aesthetics, and the coffee shop on the corner because it's #delish. But I ended up finding her in the park.
And how was she when you found her?
Oh, she was totes dead.
And how did she die?
It looked like she was strangled to death.
Strangled to death, you say? May the jury know that Casey Lissett has 2 hands for strangling.
That's ridiculous. Everyone has 2 hands.
May the jury know that Casey Lissett also discriminates against amputees and those born without arms. Now, Miss Batson, how did this death affect you?
It was #tragic. Great for blogging, though. I got a lot of hits from that. Actually, could you stand still for a second so I can take a picture? My child are trending right now. They're gonna love it.
Now, what I have with me here is some hardcore photo proof from the scene of the crime. A fair warning, for those of you who are a bit squeamish, you may want to look away.
No proof. That's a crayon drawing.
Okay, you got me. This is actually a crayon drawing I drew from the scene of the crime.
Really?
But it's so realistic.
Happy fool.
What are you talking about? It's clearly just...
A masterpiece? We know that, Casey, but we gotta focus on the case. Now, Miss Batson, does this depict accurately what you saw?
It does.
Isn't it great? Look how I did a good job with the shading.
Mr.
and
Scammerton, the case.
Fine. This next picture is close up the neck. It's a little blood and gore, so if you're squeamish, you want to look away.
I think this may be too graphic for the courtroom. I don't know if I can take this. This is too much like the actual thing.
Oh, I think I might faint.
What are you talking about? It's a line and some red scribbles.
What are you talking about? This is true art.
Thank you!
No, it's not. It's labeled so we know what it is. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to tell.
Hey, the jury is a noble and sensible bunch. They are intelligent and strong-willed. They know the difference between what's right and what's not, what's legitimate evidence and what's not. So when approached with pictures as such, of course they'll take it as a legitimate
seriously.
source. Wait, did you just say they won't take it seriously? How could they not? This
Could
is...
they? That's ridiculous.
Well, if you weren't convinced before, this next picture will definitely show you that there was a murder. It's actually a field of hand turkeys I drew the other day.
Lovely turkeys.
Very well drawn.
I wanted to do this series of groups of painting wild animals. I call it Beasts Running Wild. I started on this turkey one and it turned out great. But with this court case and everything, that's all I had time to do. You know, I wanted to be an artist, but my dad said no. He insisted I become a lawyer. There's no future for artists in this country, he said. You need to think practical, he said. Lawyers will make much better money, he said. Well, what if I don't want to think practical? What if I want to follow my heart? Some of us still have dreams, Dad. No further questions, Your Honor.
Would the defense like to cross-examine?
We would, Your Honor. Now, Miss Batson, did you see who strangled Bree Cottage?
No.
So, you have no real way of knowing who killed her.
No, but I'm just getting this vibe that it was her.
Fair enough.